Welcome to Realities Unlimited. I'm your host, Don McCaskill. We have some cool news for you, a bit of Marvel movie news, a bit of DC Comics television news, but first let's start off with some Doctor Who news. With production of Doctor Who Christmas special in full swing, news is coming out that Season 8 could be further away and a little shorter. There are suggestions that Season 8 will only contain 11 episodes plus the Christmas special, not the normal 13 episodes, and also a lot of suggestions coming out that it could be September before we actually get to see Season 8 and a full run of Peter Capaldi as the new Time Lord. Meanwhile, the 50th anniversary special has revealed its title, which is The Day of the Doctor. This episode is going to run about 75 minutes long, which in the United States and Canada should be about an hour and a half with commercials. The November 23rd special anniversary date also contains a BBC Two special written by Mark Gatiss. This special is a story about the origins of the Doctor Who TV series, how it came to be. It's a little bit fictionalized, but based in reality. It's called An Adventure in Space and Time. And after that, BBC 4 will be airing a newly restored copy of the very first Doctor Who serial, An Unearthly Child. A little bit of a tongue twister there. Speaking of Mark Gatiss, who wrote Cold War and the Crimson Horror episodes of the second half of Season 7, he also dabbles in acting, playing Mycroft Holmes on the BBC Sherlock opposite Benedict Cumberbatch. He's going to be adding Game of Thrones to his list of credits as he plays Tycho Notorious. I hope I'm pronouncing that right for all you Game of Thrones fans. I haven't read the books. The reason is I don't want to be spoiled for the TV series, and I don't want to get ahead of where the TV series is. So, bit of interesting news if you know who the character is. If you don't, apparently he's a representative of the Iron Bank, and he's going to be showing up in the very first episode of the new season, which we'll see sometime in the spring. Switching over to comic book movie news, Marvel Comics has moved the date of the 2015 Ant-Man movie. The film was slated to run November 6th in theaters, but with the new James Bond movie slated for the same weekend, I guess Marvel and Disney decided to get it out of there, so they've moved it back into a July slot. Apparently the end of July was kind of quiet, nothing big going on, so they moved it into that place. Now, middle of July, completely different story. That's when we see the new Superman versus Batman movie. So Marvel will have two movies in 2015. They'll have their May release, which is the Avengers Age of Ultron, and then in July we'll see the Ant-Man movie. In other Marvel news, Ellen Page, who plays Kitty Pryde in the new X-Men Days of Future Past movie, and she played Kitty Pryde prior in the original trilogy of X-Men movies, she has said that she would love to reprise the Kitty Pryde role in a solo movie if Joss Whedon was behind it. Something that's a little unlikely, seeing as Joss Whedon is attached to the Marvel movies. Yes, X-Men is a Marvel movie, but the Avengers movies are all produced by Marvel/Disney, whereas the X-Men movies are produced by 20th Century Fox. So Joss might have a little bit of a conflict of interest if he were to move over there and work on a movie under their umbrella. Moving from Marvel to DC, a little bit of speculation going on lately as to who's going to play the role of Barry Allen in the new Arrow TV season. Season 2 starts up in October, and we've already been told that Barry Allen, who, if you don't know, is the Flash in the DC Comics universe, will be showing up, not as the Flash, but as Barry Allen in episodes 8 and 9. Those should be the last episodes of the first half of the season before the Christmas break comes. Then towards the end of the season, in episode 20, we're going to see the same guy come back, and this should be where he becomes the Flash. And that will lead into a 2014 spin-off TV series of the Flash. Possibles for the role include Glee's Grant Gustin. If you watch Glee, you know who he is. Got a good singing voice, but I don't know that he's right for playing Barry Allen in The Flash. There's also apparently James McKay from Australia up for the role, and a blonde Matt Barr from the TV series Hellcats. Matt Barr's got a little bit better edge as far as I'm concerned for the role, because executive producer Andrew Kreisberg has said that he'd ideally like to see a blonde in the part. So I guess we'll see. I'm sure we'll hear about this in the next couple of weeks. So back to movies and July of 2015. We were already saying that Ant-Man has moved to July 2015 spot. Apparently Pirates of the Caribbean 5 moved out of a spot sometime in July of 2015, moving instead to a summer of 2016 spot. Part of this is to better prep the movie, get the right script down, and also give Johnny Depp some time to work on other projects that he's working on. Currently he's involved in Into the Woods, and also a sequel to the Alice in Wonderland 3D movie that came out a couple of years ago. That's everything I've got today. Join me next time. We'll find out what else is happening in the world of science fiction and fantasy.